I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, in the west end of Louisville, on a long block called Grand Avenue, 2 doors from Muhammad Ali. And it was a neighborhood in which there were role models. We had principals, teachers, policemen, the first African-American race car driver. We had artisans. So you got to see a wide breadth of professions and crafts. And education had always been viewed as the fundamental way to gain economic and social success in this country. And so it was ingrained in me. My father died when I was 11, and he was a basketball coach at Louisville Central High School. And I remind everybody that he's the winningest basketball coach in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And so athletics has been a really strong theme in my life, because through athletics you learn competition, teamwork, resiliency, just that hard work does pay off, perseverance. And I think the 2 other impactful things that have happened in my life is faith. And Christianity and faith has always been an integral part of our family and our life. And I think because of that, faith has given me the energy, the motivation, the fearlessness to tread in waters that I might not normally have been comfortable in, such as the business arena. That there was something about her that symbolized integrity, that she was authentic, that she really did try to treat people as she wanted to be treated. But the most impactful thing to me is to be available to people. You know, to be there for them, to take the call, to answer the call. And that while you might not always agree with what she's saying, you can always count on the fact that she at least believes what she's saying is for the betterment of her family, her community, and the nation.
You know, I think we are a sum of all of our experiences. And I had a great experience growing up. There was so much love and caring in the family, but growing up in East Tennessee in the 40s and 50s those were trying times. Segregation was the law of the land, so you had to understand the challenges and just figure it out. You had to figure out a way to survive it, to move on, and to not let that define you. We grew up with a lot of love, but not a lot of resources. But the city of Alcoa was a very unique city. Athletics was superior because we'd have young guys or guys moving into Alcoa whose families worked there, and really good athletes. So we competed against the teams in Chattanooga and Knoxville and Nashville, simply because Alcoa was such a unique city. So growing up, I just decided that I'd take those experiences and just use those from an academic standpoint, mentoring standpoint, and just try to make an impact. Our freshman year, again, there were challenges because there was a name calling. There was officials who just blatantly gave you bad calls. And the academic challenge, you know, coming from an all-black high school, I thought I was a really good student because of the teachers we had. But the academic challenge was as strong as anything. But the coaching staff, including Coach Hickman, Coach Dromo, were just bent over backwards to make it easy for our transition. So we survived it.
All of us can look back and find someone who was special. It might have been a teacher, a principal, a minister, a coach. It's a person who invested their time and talent and treasure.
And not only playing on a team, but being a coach. So being a coach brings a whole different dynamic about what team really means. Now you can be a player, and your coach or the captain of the team, gives you the rah-rah speech, and we got to play as a team. There's no I in the word team, and you get all the cliches. But when you're a coach, I mean, you're staying up night figuring out how to make a plan come together. And it's no different from business. Business is the same way. And when we had our largest companies in all of our years in business, which is a lot of years, it was because we had a good team. And we would go identify people who had the ability to become a good team leader. And I think that's critical. You got to identify talent and bring those talented people along and make them a part of the leadership. So I think it all goes hand to hand. It thrills me that they're still in the company, want to be in the company, because legacy, it means a lot to me. You got a legacy here where you got a company that a lot of people are trying to get. You can mentor people, you can do things in the community from a financial standpoint. You're helping. So having companies and owning a company allows you to do some of those things that you normally couldn't do. But even though we're a smaller company, we still do now. We did the United Negro College Fund. We did the golf tournament. We did a lot of things, and we're still doing them. But having them involved in the company means a lot to me, because I just think the legacy is good when you got, whether it's my son, my son-in-law, my daughter, to stay in the company, or if you can have somebody else be a part of the company.
As we develop leaders in Kentucky, for them to understand that with leadership comes responsibility and accountability, and just to remember that there's a whole community out here, and to stay engaged in the community, in philanthropy, in mentoring, in learning, in helping our community be the very best that we can be, because it really is about the least of us. And if we can help the least of us, we will help all of us.